Okay. All right. Well, we're here now. We got some weird connection issues here. Hopefully it's coming through for all of you on that end. I think we're just having some issues here. Boy, Streamlabs is chunky today. Well, welcome to 50,000 subscriber AMA stream. Oh, it's been so many tremendous amount of growth. And about a little over a year ago, I was only at 10,000 subscribers, and look at where we are now. So. Yeah, so welcome everybody. We've got some AMAs. It's AMA, so I got some questions that we're going to answer here. You can also ask any questions you want in the chat, which I will answer as well. Let's see, do we have any right off the bat here? Let's see. Dalen says, I would love an essay on matinee, if that's something you're open to. I would love to. I think there's a lot that I would want to say about matinee. I love the dialogue. I love the implications. I love John Goodman's acting. I love the schlocky B movie like gimmicks they have at the theater and stuff like that. All that stuff's fun. So I want to. I do want to do an essay on it, but there's a lot. I would have to gather my thoughts. By the way, is the stream working for anybody else here? It's I've noticed it's been a little off. Looks like it's all right. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Heavy says, I'd love a review of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. I could do a review of it. I don't... it's one of those, like, I think the history of It's a Mad, Mad World, I think, is a lot more interesting than the movie itself. The movie itself is fine. It's hilarious. I love the way it's staged and everything, but... there's a bit to say about greed in there, but just like a towering production, like it's more interesting for the history than anything else, Surprised your vision. Oh, thank you. Synthwave says hello. Hey, how you doing? Dalen says, how frequently do you see comments? Pretty frequently. Just about to slur my words there, but no, yeah, but pretty frequently I do check comments, especially if I get like nice ones, or every now and then, like there's some big people who will comment. Like at one point, H Bomber guy commented on one of my reviews, and YMS I think has commented a few times. So yeah, I do keep track of reviews, but also to get an idea of the lay of the land and like how people are interpreting what is coming across my videos. So yeah. Dalen also says, are there any specific sources that inspired you to review and write about movies? Oh, yeah, tons. I mean, I was going to grab it off the side here, but I don't have it. But, yeah, like the works of Roger Ebert. So, like, his greatest, Roger Ebert's, like, greatest. Actually, I do think I have that book on the side here. Because I used to watch Roger Ebert a lot on Siskel and Ebert at the movies, and Ebert and Roper. Ebert and Roper I watched religiously in college up until Roger wasn't on anymore. But I also read The Great Movies by Roger Ebert. It's mostly just a collection of like his 4-star reviews, and they're brilliant. I love all the little details he goes into here. Like they're reviews, and they're also like history on the movies too. So a fantastic source here. So the works of Roger Ebert. Also Pauline Kael. Pauline Kael is very provocative writing, but I'm sure, this is like, this is like standard movie criticism 101. Like, you read the stuff of Roger Ebert, you read stuff like Pauline Kael, you might read, I know, I guess we're thinking a little bit about Gene Shalit now that he's passed away, unfortunately. I'm surprised Gene Shalit lived long. For some reason, I thought he had died like a few years ago, which is like a horrible thing to say because then you forgot about it. But like, but yeah, like Gene Shalit, I loved his alliteration in his reviews. That's the one thing I admired most about Gene Shalit. He was an alliteration fiend whenever he composed his reviews. So yeah, those are the general ones. And then just, other and just watching a lot of movies, you know. Oh, and directors' commentaries on DVDs are just like a godsend. Hollywood Shuffle has probably one of my favorite directors' commentaries that got me really interested in independent cinema. So let's see. Heavy System Inc. says we had a copy of Leonard Maltin's movie book I'd read all the time growing up. Oh yeah, like Leonard, like Ebert had one too, but like Leonard Maltin would like compose a Bible of like he wouldn't just cover like his favorite movies of a year. He would cover everything, and that used to be like a standard, pretty much like the standard Bible that you would have in video stores. Where if you wanted to look up a movie, you would go to like the stores, and uh, it was usually like I'm trying to remember. There was like a few different guys, but I remember like Leonard Maltin's was a very common one that we would access at the video store. See, Dalen says not many others asking. Sorry if I come across as obsessed. That's okay. I'm sure everybody is like that at some point. You know, obviously you're watching this stream because you're interested in movies, obviously. So that there's definitely some. I understand the interest in criticism. You know, I've been there. Let's see. Thoughts on some leftists calling One Battle After Another a fake woke film that doesn't say anything beyond buzzwords or nothing happens in the story beyond comedic commentary. I see where a lot of people think that One Battle After falls short, which it definitely does. I think a big problem is how it approaches the satire of the of like the left leaning person because you see it in Bob with Leonardo DiCaprio's character where he wants to fight for the left, but he also ducks out when it's too tough, or he struggles to like make his way through like leftist circles. And I thought it's kind of funny. It's kind of like amusing how, you know, he used to be a leftist and he was trying to like get back into like the swing of getting in contact with all the old people of the rebellion. And some people are doing really well, like Benicio del Toro's character, and others are still kind of like him. Like they're a bit touchy on like some of like the lingo and how to keep everything like secretive and on the down low. So it is, but I think that's what makes me love the movie so much, is that it's very messy. It's not as simplistic to read as just, you know, like the right are just like the right are very much cartoonish here, but they're like a believable level of cartoonish where they could get away with it. While at the same time satirizing like more like left-leaning liberals who are trying to like get into the left. So I thought it was interesting on that angle. Is it a full-blown leftist movie? It's like, no, if you want that, you go to Boots Riley. But for a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, I was surprised how much ground it covered. See, Dalen says I'm always fond of commentaries too. That's specific to that's what gets me to buy specific DVDs. For sure. There's a lot of great commentaries that alone would be a major selling point. Maverickson says Supergirl will make more money than Wonder Woman 1984. I mean, low bar. I mean, Wonder Woman 1984 came out like right in the middle of like the pandemic at the end of 2020. And I think it hit a few theaters. So that's a very low bar. I think a bigger question will be, will it do better than what obvious comparison, but the 1980s Supergirl film, which I think it will, because I think that was a bit of a disaster. See, Dan says, are there any parts of your books like series finale that you'd change if you wrote them now? For those who don't know, yeah, I wrote a novel many years ago. I think I wrote it like maybe like 8 years ago, called Series Finale, which was a horror, kind of a supernatural horror about like TV characters that realize they're in a TV show and that it's ending and that their whole world comes apart. I don't know. I was pretty violent in that book. I would maybe add a little bit more sex to it as well. There's a little bit of it in there, but I'd like to explore a little bit more of the concept. I think I might, but that was years ago. You know, the book's out there. Like maybe I'll try something different later in the future, but I'm satisfied with the book the way it is. See, I've not sat through a Schwarzenegger commentary. Have you? I've heard they're basically Arnie describing the movie. Yes, they are, and that's kind of why they're funny to listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger's commentary. Because it's literally just him describing what's on the screen. It's like, oh yes, here we are. This is the fight scene. Here we are. We're running very fast. It's like it's commentary for the blind, you know. Oh, we have a super chat here, but I don't think the alerts are working because I think. Oh my god, the alerts are not working. Oh. Why are the alerts not working here? Okay. For some reason, I appreciate the super chat. I'll read it here. I really appreciate the videos you made about locations in Minnesota. Brought back a lot of memories of the North Metro. Oh yeah, good for sure. I think yeah, something's wrong here. What is? Are any of the alerts coming through? This is weird because like I think my alerts are triggered to Twitch for some reason. And not god damn, what is wrong with these here? But yeah, thank you so much for the $5 super chats. I appreciate the support. God, I swear this was working before. But why is it I'm trying to test it out here. Sweet. Oh, this should not be happening. Let me see. Maybe I can set up a new alert box here. But while I do that, I will answer some questions here. How did you get some of those books published? I used to go through CreateSpace until they got bought up by Amazon. And then, yeah, it pretty much turned into Amazon at that point. Let's see. Shoot. All right, tell you what. Everyone, hang tight. I'm going to try a restart of this stream because I think Streamlabs is kind of fucking up here. So bear with me here. I'm going to stop the stream, come back to the channel. I will restart it in just a moment here. Okay, so stay tuned. I haven't forgot. There's some cool stuff I have planned here. There's some special videos that are going to be coming up. Just give me a moment. All right, just one moment here.